So we're going to simply go down on the ground to make it easy for ourselves and start from here. So the Nikyo is here, but as I mentioned, the Nikyo, it's painless, which is great, but if a person is flexible, it's really hard to maintain it here. So that's where other principles, other immobilization spins come in handy. So the Nikyo, the second pin, I bring the arm up, straight up, and I almost, as if I would be embracing his shoulder with my knees. Some styles do push the knees together. They do try to push and hold the shoulder, but in our style, and what I also actually prefer, the knees are wide apart. So I bring my center down rather than trying to bring my whole body down and bring his arm down rather than trying to squeeze it with my knees. It actually also depends on where your hands are. So when you do the certain technique, your hands will be in a comfortable position, but we'll start from here. The Nikyo, one way to do it is bringing his palm just in front of yourself. So one arm, the further one from his head, will go here. So right now you see his hand goes nicely on my elbow. Then I grab my shoulder with my hand. I place the other edge of my hand so he would not bend to hold his elbow, so he would not bend it. And also a very important part in our style that we do, I'm actually pushing, first of all, I'm pushing down with my whole body, his shoulder down. So now there's no pain, but he's grounded into the mat. It would be really hard for him to get up. I don't need strength, but he would need a lot of strength, and most likely it simply wouldn't work. So I'm pushing him down here. And also what that does is that when I do the stretch, when I'm actually stretching his shoulder, it is actually a stretch. If I'm not pushing down the shoulder and I'm pushing the arm, it's actually tearing the ligaments, which in the end is not good for the shoulder. But actually if I'm pressing down the shoulder and I'm pushing it then it's a stretch which is healthy for the shoulder. So here, holding it, then my back is straight, my whole body, my whole back, my center moves towards his head, and eventually when he starts to feel a good stretch, he taps. It doesn't need to be strong pain. As soon as you feel it's a good stretch, it's a good immobilization, you simply give the sign, that's enough. If you look at Sankyo, the leg position is the same, but here, as I'm holding the Sankyo, the other hand comes in and grabs it over, and I maintain the turn towards his head. That's where the Sankyo actually stays. Now the other arm, it goes into the elbow nicely, so I'm holding him firmly here. Palm is facing up, putting in the edge of the hand, also pressing down the shoulder, and with the whole arm, with the whole body moving towards his head, the immobilization is here. The last one I'll show today will be the Yonkyo, the fourth one. So first of all, the hand, I'm kind of showing a pistol. There's this point of the finger goes into his arm. There's a kind of a bone where this part just next to it gets stuck in. That's where the nerve is actually being pushed. So I cut him down, and as I bring him down, I'm sitting diagonally, and I'm not just holding his arm, I want to hold him. So first of all, I turn the arm towards his shoulder, so I'm pushing down the shoulder as well to ground him. And now here, I'm either, it's normally standing, so I'm either turning my hips to support the twist of his shoulder, so now he's not only grounded, but actually also there's a pain pin, and I can also add the push of the nerve, which is a bit hard to catch, but if you catch it, you can also push it so that the nerve is pressed. So I'm pushing down the shoulder, and I'm also pushing down the nerve, and it's actually quite painful, but it's not traumatizing, which is great. So it's just right here.